Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Wordle with Art. Feeling a little bit better today, so I think I'm tempted to go back into challenge mode. We're going to play Wordle for Thursday, October 5, 2023. The challenge that I have in store for today, why don't we hit the play button, and I'll put the challenge on now, is from our good friend Alistair Gorman. And he says another tricky challenge based on vowels would be if each guess can't use a vowel in the same spot as the previous guess. So he says, for example, if you guess state, the next guess can't have a vowel as the third or fifth letter. So I'm not going to necessarily enter it, but I see what he's saying. So if I were to put in state, right, then my next guess cannot use a vowel in the third or fifth position. So he says, for example, clock wouldn't be valid as O in the third spot because we have the A there, right? But paper is okay. Yeah, because then in paper, the vowels are A and E, and so the A would go into the second position, and the E would go into the fourth position. And so you wouldn't be overriding the location of a vowel from the previous guess. So I think we got the idea, right, guys? I think we got the idea. Let's give it a shot. He does say at the end here, not sure if Y should be classed as a vowel or not in this type of challenge. Let's rule it out. Let's just pretend it's acting as a constant. I mean, that's probably going to make it, that would make it too complicated, okay? So I think we've got the idea here. So the bottom line is just cannot repeat vowels in the same position as the previous guess. Now, I would not do state because I don't want to repeat the T's, but we could do slate, which is the best guess possible. And then let's just think about this. If we do slate, yeah, I could do I could I could easily do an ER word to test to make sure we don't have an ER trap. So I think slate would be a fine starting point. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Now in this particular case, from my algorithm and I think Squirtle, it's like either corny or crony. I think we've actually, I think, had both of them already, believe it or not. Corny for sure. But see, that's not going to work according to Alistair's challenge, is it? Because my O in crony would be in the same position as the A above it. So guess what? I think corny would be the way to go, right? And again, we're just going to ignore the Y. We're just going to consider that as if it was a consonant, just for the purposes of simplicity. And that O would be perfect. It's directly below the L, which is a consonant. So we're still sticking to Alistair's challenge rules. And corny is 5 unique letters, and it's like the best follow-up. We have had it, but that's, I'm willing to live with that. So let's try corny. Not too bad. You got a C and an N. Okay. Now we have to be careful. We cannot use a vowel in the second position. Question is, can we start to figure out what this word is? We've only got the I and the U left. They have to be used at some point. Oh, it's not icing. Too bad. Oh, that would have been so nice, huh, guys? But the N would be incorrect. It's funny. Even though icing is not correct, it's actually not a terrible guess. It's actually not terrible because I'd be checking, 2 locations for the I. We move the C to a location. We're just losing out on the N, and we do introduce the G. So I like icing, and plus we're, most importantly, we're obeying Alistair's rules. So I do like icing for that reason. And by the way, I suspect that the way this puzzle would work or this challenge would work is like if you're 100% sure you know what the answer is, you can go for it, even if it would violate the challenge. I think that would be okay. We'll have to think about that. But I kind of like icing, actually. I really do, because it does obey the challenge, and it's, get the I looked at, the C, the G. Okay. Oh, shoot. That's not good. But on the other hand, I mean, we know it's just the one vowel. And I think it looks like it's going to be punch. Or, shoot. Oh man, this is a nasty trap. Ah, shoot. We did get ourselves into a trap, guys. Here's the great news, though. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an unch word. But here's the great news. Or is it great news? Ah, man. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. So the structure of the answer, which I'm pretty sure is almost has to be an unch word, would obey Alistair's challenge, right? Because the U is sitting below the C, and and that's the only thing that matters is that the consonant's not directly below a previous, or sorry, that a vowel is not directly below a previous vowel in that same column. The problem is that we have not just punch, but we have hunch, bunch, and munch. Ah, shoot. So as Doug would say, we don't have enough runway left to get this correct if we stick in hard mode. Now, fortunately, Alistair did not say anything about, staying in hard mode. I mean, it would be pretty close to a fail because if we stayed, it would fail his challenge for sure because we would have to keep using the U in the same position. So I think we should play it smart. We should abandon hard mode here, and we have to do an amazing evaluation word to figure out what this is and possibly get it in 5. I'll still do my best to honor his challenge so that the solution itself follows the challenge. Let's see here. So we have to get. Oh, yeah, and I don't think we've had any of those words. Let me think. Bunch, munch, hunch, and punch. No, wow. That is so sneaky. I don't think we've had any of them. Ooh. All right, so this is good. Let's think about this. Humps is very good. That'll test if it's hunch, if the H lights up. If the M and the P are green, then we know we're going to have munch or punch. And then I still have, in none of them, then it'll be bunch. Now we're still, okay, I think we can do this. I'll still try to honor Alistair's challenge. So then we'll do a filler word to obey the challenge, and we'll make sure that the final answer is correct. Fortunately, the answer only has the one vowel, so we should be okay not to put it in the same position. But I like humps for a good evaluation word. Let's give it a shot. Okay. So, yeah, it's got to be bunch, right? It's got to be bunch. Because if it were hunch, the H obviously would have been green. Yep. So here's the deal. It's bunch. I'm almost certain of that. The problem is, if I put it in right now, it would violate the challenge. I want to take the challenge to the fullest extent and make sure that the answer itself, right, is such that the vowel in bunch is not directly below the vowel in humps. So we do have to take this to the 6th guess, and what we need to do is just how about if we do about, and then that 100% confirms that it'll be bunch because we would have an unscramble. Check it out, guys. The A is fine, and basically we're just using the vowels that are not in the same position as the U above. So I think it's honoring his challenge. And now guess what? When I put in the final answer, which should be bunch, then that U will be below the B, and we will have, I think, honored it fully. We'll double check at the end, but this actually turned out to be, fairly tricky. But I think we're going to get it. So we're going to go with about. Perfect. There's the B. And now we should have bunch. And there it is. So let's just double check that we honored Alistair's challenge. So we started with slate. You cannot put any vowels below the A or the E. We agreed to call Y a consonant just at the outset. And so that worked out perfectly. Now we have corny. O is the only vowel. We cannot put a vowel in that position. So we didn't. We put a C. Then we did icing, so we cannot put vowels in first or third. We didn't. We did an H and an M. Then we did humps. The vowel is U. We put a B there. And then we cannot put vowels below the A, the O, or the U. And we didn't. So I think we did it, guys. What do you think? I guess my only tiny regret is not being able to stay in hard mode. But the thing is, this was a nasty trap, and I could have easily failed the Wordle, and I would have automatically failed the challenge because if I didn't get bunch on the next guess, if I didn't get bunch on the next guess, I would have had to keep drilling down, and all those U's would have lined up, and it would have violated the challenge. So I think we did it the right way. Many of these challenges are such that you have to have a little bit of freedom, so you can't be stuck in hard mode. So what do you think, guys? That was pretty good. Double check for me just to make sure that I did honor it. Alistair, you tell me. You're the official. And of course, I look forward to seeing you guys for tomorrow's next edition of Wordle with Art.